Hello, everyone, and we're back with our tarot of the week. We're using this particular pack, the Gateway to the Divine. Love these cards. I love all my cards, actually. I'm very spoiled. But anyway, we're using the Gateway to the Divine, and we have a really interesting card. It is the Two of Coins. Two of Coins. Let me just pull myself together. There we go. So here we have a jester on a unicycle, no handles. Not quite a unicycle because it does have a stabilizing wheel at the back. So to me, it looks like a penny farthing, but without handles. The key thing is he's holding two discs or coins in his hand. And coins are about our sense of financial well-being, our sense of balance, and he is having to really focus on what he's doing. When we become unfocused, we can become unstuck. Our financial well-being can just fall through the cracks that we've created, and so we need to be really aware that we are being really mindful and not overly focusing in one area whilst letting another area collapse. And that's what this card is all about. In the card, we see the rainbow road or rainbow path. As long as we're on that rainbow, we've got all the balance, the colors are all there, we're feeling balanced. But in the background here, there is the darker clouds, we've got the waves of doom and gloom just waiting, ready to knock this jester off of his unicycle there. And so we need to think about how we are approaching what we're doing. Again, last week's card was all about our successes and what we're saying. This week is about having the balance in what we're doing, making sure that we're not overcommitted. It's really important to look at this card in terms of how we approach life. Do we tend to approach life sort of headlong, crashing through, forcing things, trying to force things to happen? Or do we take that sort of Abraham Hicks mentality of let's go with the flow, let's not swim upstream where everything's too hard? You can't push water up a hill, it just keeps running back down again. But we're trying to fit that square peg in a hole, in a round hole. All those sayings that we use are indicative in this card. So do we need to take stock? Where is our attention? Are we overly focused in trying to get that round peg into square hole? Or do we actually need to just take a step back, remove our focus, and start to go with the flow? Take the path of least resistance, because we then feel like we are achieving something, we're getting somewhere, we're seeing results. May not be what we think we should be focused on, but if we are focusing in a different direction, seeing results, we're feeling a sense of worthiness, we're feeling a sense of success, a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, because all the while that we're working over here, this will be resolving itself anyway. And sometimes when we've got lots of plates spinning at the same time, we just are spending so much energy diverting our thought processes across such a large spectrum of projects and tasks and events and people and all of that, that it doesn't take much for it all to collapse. It doesn't take much for this wave in the background to just overwhelm him and completely obliterate his energy. The power of that wave would be enormous. And so if you are someone who spins lots of plates, you've got to be really good at it. You've got to know what story is where, when to let go, when to move on, what you're doing. So we've got to be really careful that we don't get swamped, not only by work, but swamped when things go awry. And it takes a lot of talent, a lot of talent to ride this unicycle in a path of clarity and a path of agility. I suppose this card sort of ties us back to the very start of the month, where it's about planting those seeds, being really, sort of focused on what it is we want to achieve. What are our plans? Who do we need to get on the bus to come on this journey with us? What is their talents? In the relationship card that we've brought in, do you take responsibility for your behavior? Are you actually stinting your progression by not having the right people on the bus or not handing over control of some of your projects? So therefore you get overwhelmed, overburdened, and the balance goes. I think the key thing for July is relationships. It is our relationship with self. I talked about how we need to forgive ourselves, how we need to recognize our own skills. We need to recognize what is happening around us in that bigger picture, and handing over responsibility, having the right people around you will make your relationships healthy. It sort of also is indicative of the crystal of the month. I feel like I'm doing a wrap up. Even though we're into August, we've still got that flow through energy from July. And so August has the peridot, but the ruby is a really, really powerful crystal that we've had to endure the energy of, which is all about relationships. It's about coming from the heart. It's about being really aware of that vampirism of the heart, being utilized or having our energy usurped by other people. So this card is in line with all of the other cards. It's about the journey that we've been on so far through July into August time. August is the sun month. It's the month where new beginnings are really perceived. We have peridot, which is friendships, relationships. It is a growth stone. So we've got to be really, really careful that we're not burning the candle at both ends. Interesting card to start us on our journey into August, but it feels like the culmination of the cards from July. So maybe this is a time for reflection for you over the weekend, and what changes you may have to make in terms of handing some of your projects over, or actually to stop pushing something that isn't working and just allow flow back into your life so you can get that rhythm back. Interesting card. I've really enjoyed that one today, actually. Beautiful card, beautiful card. So until the next time, take care of yourself, and be really mindful about your energy and about who is taking it. Until we see you next week, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, and as always, take care. Bye for now.